Okay, I'm here to answer another question, and this question comes from Sakad Haji. The question from YouTube is asking as follows. I'm doing my master's in forestry in China. Will my master's degree be invalid if I come to America? So this question is all about overall whether it's bachelor degree, whether it's master's degree or PhD. What if you have bachelor degree in your country or master's degree in your country or even PhD in your country? Will that be invalid in the United States? Absolutely no. Bachelor degree is bachelor degree all over the country, all over the world. Whether you get bachelor degree in Chinese, in Arabic, in Japanese, in Swahili, in Tagalog, in whatever language, French, whatever language you are going to take bachelor degree or master degree or PhD is valid. What they need to do, for instance, for bachelor degree, worldwide requirement to make sure that you have bachelor degree is when you have 120 credit hours, or we call units. So if you have those one, obviously that is the bachelor degree. So your bachelor degree in forestry, master's degree in forestry, you are studying in China, whether you are studying in English or in Chinese, when you come here, you cannot say it's invalid. Master's is master's. You cannot say it's invalid. The question will be, maybe appropriate, you can say, will it be easier for me to get a job in this particular area? That will be a different question. But bachelor, master's, PhD will continue to be master's, bachelor, PhD, regardless which country you studied that one, regardless which kind of language you studied. What they will do, you can do what you call transcript evaluation, which they will just go to evaluate the education of that country to see if that one is the same level of bachelor, master's, PhD, whatever it is. So that's number one. Secondly, which I can try to explain to you, so it will depend. Your bachelor, master's in forestry depends. So if you want to, let's say you are doing master's in forestry and you want to come to America and you're going to live in New York, Manhattan, so what are you going to do in Manhattan with master's in forestry? Unless others, you go to the states, which they have big forests, they have a lot, like if you go to Washington, Seattle, you are going to the, so you'll be coming, if you want to practice what you want to do in that particular degree, it will depend. It's just like you study, maybe, I'm giving an example, you are a diver, for instance, in your country, you come to America and you are going to stay in, for instance, you are a diver and you are going to want to stay in Arizona, in a desert country, a desert state. It's different from, you can go to stay in Hawaii, stay in California, stay in Virginia, all places with the water. You cannot just go and stay in the middle of something, even there is no even lake. So you have to see, there is no that is invalid. No, the degree will be valid. But is it easier to get a job? So that will come, okay, I do not know about the forest industry in America, but I know there are bigger states with forest business. If you go to West Virginia, you go to other states, there are those ones. There are states they don't have forest, they don't do business in the forest industry. That is something you have to know. But is that, in the forest industry or business, do they require some sort of certification in order to operate, in order to work? If they need some sort of certification, as I say, I do not know. If they need certification, yes, you need to get certification in order to excel in that particular industry. But if they don't need certification, you can come and find the states which they have those kind of jobs. So let me give you another example. Let's say you have degree in oil and gas. I know that is something in many countries in Africa or in Asia, people study that one. So if you have the oil and gas the degree, if you go to Texas, for instance, you can get better jobs because they have a lot of oil. It's different, for instance, if you come with a master's degree in oil and gas, for instance, in Kansas, maybe you don't have Kansas, or we don't have. Or you have a degree in engineering, but based on mining and the coal, all those kind of things. If you go to West Virginia, you'll be able to do that. If you want to do oil and pipeline, you can go to North Dakota. So it depends what kind of degree and which states are you marketable. You have to think about that as a bigger picture again. How are you be able to survive and work in those areas? But overall, your degree will be degree as long as you come here and evaluate it to make sure that it's a degree, but they cannot say it is invalid, no. They can say maybe you miss maybe 2 credit hours or something like that. But no, don't think that US education is superior to any other education in the world. No, there are world standards about education system. So that's something you need to know and appreciate what you have, and you can know that you can come here and excel with your degree. But again, you need again to maneuver to get good job, better jobs here. For instance, for me to have bachelor degree in Tanzania without having master's degree in the US, I could get jobs, but it will take longer than when I did my master's in the US. So whenever I'm applying, oh, this guy studied in California. So it's just we are in the same page of thinking than, oh, what is University of Dar es Salaam? How do you pronounce that name? Which country? You are going to have so much ways or difficult ways to convince people during the application or during the interviews. So that is something I want to share on that particular question.